Hello students. So today we will discuss about Bell-Coleman cycle, or it is also known as reverse Breton cycle. Now here, uh, in previous cycle, we discussed about the VCR cycle. In that we were using the refrigerant like R22, R20, R12, R22, R134A. But here in this cycle, in Bell-Coleman cycle, we are using refrigerant as air. We are using air as a refrigerant. Clear? So now if we are using air as a refrigerant, then components will be little bit, or some of the components will be different. So which are those different components that we will discuss? So it is also little bit similar to VCR cycle. Now here, uh, we know that in VCR cycle we are using the compressor. So here also we have compressor. So what will happen? First of all, air enter from the point 1 and air get compressed. Clear? So here you can see that air get compressed, and then after air will go to the cooler. Now why we are not using word condenser? Because here our phase change doesn't occur. Clear? Here air remains in gaseous form only. Clear? That's why it is, we have used the word cooler. So what will happen in cooler? uh, Temperature of that these air get reduced. So here also we can see that temperature of air reduced from point 2 to point 3. So here we can tell that we have rejected the heat, and here we have given the work. Now then after we can see that, then after air pass from the expander. Now in expander what will happen? Pressure decrease and temperature decrease. So that's why here you can see that sudden expansion take place. So pressure and temperature both decrease. Now then after this air, cold air pass from the refrigerator. So here also we cannot use word evaporator. Here we cannot use word evaporator because here phase is not changing. Here single phase. Clear? That's why here we have used the word refrigerator. So from here cold air enter. So here also we can see that cold air enter, and it pass from the cabin. Basically cabin is a place where we require cooling. Clear? So suppose let us assume that here this is 10 degree. So whenever it pass from the cabin or refrigerator, it will absorb heat. Clear? Air will absorb heat, so its temperature will increase. So here also we can see that temperature of air increased, and here we can see that we have absorbed the heat. So these are the four things that we need to remember, that in compressor we are giving work, in cooler we are rejecting heat, in expander we are getting work, and in cabin or refrigerator we are absorbing heat. Clear? So these will be known as our refrigerating effect. Remember. बराबर ना? हमने कितना कूलिंग अचीव किया वो कहाँ से पता चलेगा? ये पैरामीटर से पता चलेगा. It is also known as refrigerating effect. Now we will discuss about the process. So this would be our isentropic process 1 to 2. This would be constant pressure. These again would be isentropic, and these would be constant pressure. Clear? So here let us look that. So these are the process I have written: isentropic, constant pressure, isentropic, and constant pressure. Now then after, here you can see that how to find out this formula. How to find out this? MCP T2 minus T1. Clear? How to find out this formula? How to find out this? MCP T2 minus T3. Clear? How to find out this formula? Work out. For that what we can do? MCP T3 minus T4. Clear? And last is our heat absorb. How to find out that? MCP T1 minus T4. Remember this. Clear? So here I also have written this formula: MCP T2 minus T1, MCP T2 minus T3. So these formula you can write also from the diagram. Now then after we want to find out the COP. COP means output by input. So what is output here? How much cooling we got? How much cooling we got? That is basically our output. So this is the output. And what would be the input? Input would be work in minus work in minus work out. Clear? This would be our input. Now let us write all the data here. This is our COP. Clear? Output by input. So output means heat refrigerating effect, and input means W in minus W out. So we have written all the formula from here. We have written all formula. Now then after, these are the commons, and finally with the simplification, this is our formula. Clear? Now we want to convert this formula in form of compression ratio and gamma. So here we need to replace all the temperature. So that's why what we can do now, here for process 1 to 2, for process 1 to 2, here we can see, for process 1 to 2 what we can write. We can write that because this is adiabatic process, that's why we can write T2 by T1 is equal to P2 by P1, P2 by P1 raised to gamma minus 1 by gamma. Clear? So this is our equation. Now let us write this as a compression ratio, or it is basically written as a compression ratio RP. Clear? Gamma minus 1 divided by gamma. Clear? So we have written P2 by P1 is equal to RP, and that is basically compression ratio. Clear? Now then after, you can also apply formula for this process 3 to 4, and also you know that what is P3 by P4. What is basically P3 by P4? Can we write P3 by P4 is equal to P2 by P1? Can we write? Yes, we can write, because we know that this is constant pressure process, and this is also constant pressure process. That's why we can write, and that's why here this will be our RP. Clear? So this you need to remember. So this will be helpful to us. So here you can see that what we did. First of all, we have applied formula for first process, 1 to 2 process. So this is our formula. We have replaced the RP. This is the conversion. We have found out the value of T2. Then after, we applied formula for 3 to 4 process. So here this is the value of T3. Now from here you have to take the value of T2, and from here you have to take the value of T3, and both the value put both value in formula number X. So put here that value, put the value of T2 here, and put value of T3 here. Then after, we can simplify this formula. So here you can see that we have put the value here, T2 and T3, T2 and T3. So then after, here you can see that these are the common, and ultimately we can cancel it out both the side, and this is the final formula. Clear? So I hope that you have understood this uh, reverse Breton cycle, also known as Bell-Coleman cycle. So thank you all for listening me. Next time we will solve one numerical for Bell-Coleman cycle, and also for actual Bell-Coleman cycle. Thank you.